The $10 million racket offer that left Alex Eala speechless. Professional tennis has seen almost everything. Explosive serves, 5-hour battles, impossible comebacks, championship points that make entire stadiums hold their breath, and prize money capable of changing a family's future overnight. But nothing could have prepared the crowd for what happened after this match. The biggest shock did not come during the final rally. It came seconds after Alex Eala had already done the hard part. She had just finished an exhausting battle. Her breathing was heavy. Her legs were tired. Sweat covered the grip of her racket. The crowd was still roaring as she walked toward the net to shake hands. Then something changed. People near the players' entrance began moving. Security stepped forward. Tournament officials started looking around. The noise inside the stadium slowly disappeared. A powerful man from the VIP area was approaching the court. He was not carrying a trophy. He was not there for a routine congratulations. He had come for one very specific reason. He wanted the racket Alex had just used. And according to the story surrounding the moment, he was prepared to offer an unbelievable amount for it. $10 million. Yes, $10 million. Not for a sponsorship. Not for advertising. Not for Alex to endorse a company. For the racket in her hand. At first, the number sounded almost too ridiculous to believe. Why would anyone pay that much for a piece of equipment worth a tiny fraction of the offer? But the answer was not really about tennis equipment. It was about a daughter. And once you understand that part of the story, the entire moment becomes much more emotional. The young Filipina star had already been turning heads with her rapid rise. Alex had built her reputation through discipline, sacrifice, and an unwillingness to surrender when matches became difficult. Her development at the Rafa Nadal Academy had helped sharpen that mentality. She learned to compete under pressure, to trust her shots, and to keep fighting when the easier choice was to give in. That attitude had made her more than a promising player. For many fans, Alex had become a symbol of possibility. And one young girl watching from the VIP section had taken that message especially seriously. Her name was Aisha. She was not watching Alex simply because she was a famous athlete. She was watching because Alex's attitude meant something to her personally. Every time Alex recovered from a difficult point, attacked again, and refused to dissipate under pressure, Aisha saw a lesson. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep fighting. That connection would soon become the reason a $10 million offer even happened. The match itself had already been dramatic. Alex was striking the ball with confidence, moving aggressively around the baseline, and refusing to allow her opponent comfortable control of the rallies. Her forehand repeatedly opened the court. Her movement kept extending points that seemed finished. And when pressure arrived, she didn't retreat. She attacked. Point after point, the crowd became louder. Then came the final exchange. Alex created the opening, stepped forward, and sent a decisive winner into the open court. Match over. The stadium erupted. Alex raised her arms. Her opponent came forward for the handshake. Fans celebrated. Cameras flashed. For a moment, it looked like an ordinary victory scene. Then the unexpected happened. Movement began around the VIP section. The businessman identified in reports as Sheikh Khalid al-Rashid stepped toward the court. Security immediately became alert. Officials looked uncertain. Why was a VIP guest approaching the players immediately after the match? Nobody seemed prepared for what followed. He was handed a microphone. The stadium became quiet. Alex looked toward him, still holding the racket she had just used to finish the match. According to the story, he explained that his daughter had been deeply inspired by Alex's performance. He wasn't interested in buying a trophy. He wanted the object his daughter believed represented the player she admired. The offer was reportedly $10 million. The reaction was instant. People around the court were stunned. Think about that number for a moment. $10 million could fund businesses, homes, scholarships, medical care, or an entire lifetime of financial security. And yet, in that moment, all of it was being offered for one used tennis racket. Alex looked down at it. The frame carried the marks of competition. The grip was worn from hours of practice and pressure. It was not a perfect collector's item. It was valuable because it had been part of the match. And then Alex looked toward the VIP area. Aisha was there. Suddenly, the decision wasn't really about a racket anymore. The entire stadium waited. Would Alex accept Would she ask her team? Would she negotiate? Would she simply walk away? For a few seconds, nobody knew. Then Alex moved toward the microphone, and her answer changed the story completely. She chose not to sell the racket. Instead, she focused on the young fan who had inspired the offer. The message behind her decision was simple: inspiration should not have a price. But Alex did not stop with a refusal. She reportedly decided to give the racket to Aisha herself. No $10 million transaction, no business agreement, no commercial campaign, just a gift. There was only one condition: Aisha had to promise to keep fighting. That sentence carried far more meaning than the racket itself. Alex was not simply handing over equipment. She was handing over a reminder that setbacks do not have to end a dream, a reminder that pressure can be survived, a reminder that the person watching from the stands can one day become the person competing on the court. When Aisha received the racket, the emotion reportedly became overwhelming. For her, this was no longer a piece of professional tennis equipment. It was proof that her hero had noticed her, and that may have been worth more than any price tag. Imagine being a young fan and watching your favorite player win a huge match. Then imagine that player suddenly comes directly toward you and gives you the very racket she used to win it. No auction could recreate that. No luxury purchase could replace it. And no amount of money could make the memory more personal. That is why the story traveled so quickly. Modern professional sport is filled with money. Players have sponsors. Tournaments have commercial partners. Equipment companies fight for visibility. Athletes become global brands. Sometimes it feels as though every emotion eventually gets converted into a business opportunity. But this moment seemed to move in the opposite direction. The racket could have become an expensive collectible. Instead, it became a symbol. It represented perseverance. It represented admiration. It represented the connection between an athlete and someone who had been inspired by watching her journey. And there is something especially powerful about the fact that Alex understands sacrifice herself. Her career was not built in comfort. She had to leave familiar surroundings, train far from home, adjust to demanding environments, and compete against players with years of experience. Every improvement came with a cost. Every ranking rise required another level of commitment. Every difficult loss created another lesson. That background matters because Alex knows what it feels like to chase a dream that seems larger than your current circumstances. She knows that encouragement can matter. Sometimes one person believing in you is enough to make you continue when doubt starts getting louder. That is what makes her gesture so meaningful. She wasn't giving away something she considered worthless. She was giving away something connected to one of the most important moments of her career. And she chose to turn that object into someone else's source of motivation. Now think about the pressure of the actual decision. Imagine standing inside a packed stadium immediately after an exhausting match. Your heart is still racing. Thousands of people are watching. Cameras are pointed at you. A wealthy and influential person is offering $10 million. You have seconds to respond. Most people would need time to process the number alone. $10 million is not an ordinary opportunity. It can transform lives. It can eliminate financial worries. It can create security for generations. That is exactly why the choice became so powerful. Alex did not appear to measure the moment only in financial terms. She looked at the person who mattered most in the story, Aisha, and that changed everything. The businessman may have arrived believing the racket could be purchased. Instead, he discovered that the memory he wanted could be created without a transaction. His daughter didn't need to know that her father had spent $10 million. She needed to know that the athlete she admired cared enough to give her something personally. That distinction is enormous. Money can purchase an object. It cannot guarantee the emotion attached to it. It can buy access. It cannot manufacture genuine connection. It can create comfort. It cannot automatically create inspiration. That is the deeper lesson behind this entire story. And there may be another chapter still to come. Reports have suggested that the businessman was so moved by the gesture that the money he had planned to spend could potentially be redirected toward youth tennis development. That claim has not been independently confirmed, so it should be treated cautiously. Imagine if that gesture changes a young player's future. Aisha may keep the racket for years, but the gift will be the courage behind it. Alex didn't just win the match. She showed why champions can matter far beyond the court, proving that sometimes the greatest victory is the one you give to someone else.